members of my wolf pack. Yes, I have a pet name for you guys. I've been thinking for one for a long time, and y'all are gonna be my wolf pack because wolves are fucking awesome. Today, as you can see from the title, I'm reading 3 paranormal horror stories from Reddit. Granted, I don't really know if all this is real. Some could be real, some could be fake. But I wasn't there to personally see it, so I don't know. But if the story is long enough, I honestly can't tell. But if it's too short, it could be fake. If it's too long, it could be fake. If it's in the middle between too short and too long, I think it might be real. But that's just my opinion. Before we start the video, remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on everything, and tell me in the comments if you had a terrible paranormal experience. If it's legit, just tell me, or better yet, DM me on Facebook or Instagram telling me about it, and I will tell the on my channel your story. And obviously I'm not going to use your real name. I'm going to change your name for privacy purposes, so you don't have to worry about that. But let's get to this video. So, this paranormal experience is called Never Had a Paranormal Experience Before This, so this scared me. We go to Florida every year and visit my grandma and the apartment complex. And this year was the last time I would be staying in that room, and I was sad because I have so many memories there. I go to stay in the room completely alone for a week. And naturally, I stayed up every night because I got a chance. But one night, I believe this was Thursday, my grandma told me my parents told by my parents to get my phone from me. So she did, but I had a house phone to call my friend. And I did until it was about to die at 2 a.m. Okay, I was playing my Switch on the TV for a while longer, and at 3 a.m. I was talking to myself. I heard noises from the living room, so I rushed to turn everything off, and I got in bed expecting my grandma to come in, but she didn't, so I walked outside the room like I was going to get a snack, and then I saw the TV on. And keep in mind, I was 100% positive I had turned off. So I assumed my grandma had came in and turned it on because I looked at her door. And it was wide open. Then I realized the door had always been open. So I went to check the front door, and it was still locked. So I went to my room and just pretended like nothing happened. But I couldn't sleep. So I went back to playing video games until about 5. And when I heard most definitely footsteps from the living room, so I checked again. No one was there. And 1, I'm on the top floor. 2, it's early homes. I mean, it's elderly home or some shit. I cannot read that. I need to get my glasses. Hold on a second. Damn. I think my eyes might be getting worse. Really could use some laser eye surgery. I feel so fucking old with these shits. Alright, come on. Oh god. My acne is starting to come back. Fuck. Alright. Where was I? Okay. It's an elderly home, so no one's gonna be up. 3, I know it was from the living room because where I was, it wouldn't be able to hear footsteps from behind the wall. And I just played once again, and eventually it was 6 a.m. and I opened the door to sunshine and just said shit. About a year later, I realized my grandpa had died in the house, and he loved to watch TV and just be lazy, so I'm so confused what this all was. Well, that seems legit. That seems like, I don't know about you, but that seems like a legit story to me. Um, there's just a right. It's not too long. It's not too short. It's got some details to it, so it's not just sloppily put together. Um, and there are some real ghost stories that are fucking sloppy as hell and don't have any details, which it could be real and that happens, but when it has the right amount of details, it's easier to imagine in your mind how it went down and how he felt or she felt. I don't know, dude. It didn't specify a gender on here, so I'm just gonna say I'm gonna say him. I really don't know. It doesn't say if it's a boy or a girl. Wait. God. His name is Printer Paul 80. That's fucking hilarious. That's the worst name I have ever heard. Alright, let's find another one. Alright. How about we go a little nicer. Oh shit, this is a longer one. Fuck. Alright, well, let's do this. This one's called I Lived in a Nursing Home. Alright. When I was 15, I lived in a nursing home. My mom worked there. At the time, we were living in an already haunted home. I've posted about it on here before. That was falling apart. We had to move out fast, and my mom was close with the owner of the faculty that she worked at. The owner knew about our situation and offered her to stay at the faculty. There was an entire wing of rooms that had not been used in years. It was kept clean, but no one stayed in it. The owner of the faculty told my mom that we could have it. The last two rooms at the end of the hallway across from each other. Hold up. I lost my place. Shit. Okay, here we go. The doors of the wing were big, heavy ones that were eventually loud when they were being used. The staff and residents didn't use the wing because there was nothing in there for anyone. It was just rooms with beds. Things were fine for a while. The thing that I felt for a few months there was that our wing never felt empty. The walk down to our rooms felt creepy. It just felt like there were people looking at you. The first small thing that happened was one night my little sister and I were goofing off with my mom's phone while she was working. We were recording ourselves talking in silly voices and making silly sounds. At one point, I had a phone recording, but my sister and were silent. But we didn't know what to do or say anymore, so we stopped recording. The next day, we went through all the recordings so we could hear how funny we sounded. I forgot about the last recording. Having no sound, and I played it, it was silent for a second. Then we heard a sound that was sound like someone was drawing and a deep breath. What? We were shocked, really. Scared. The next thing that happened really scared me. It was a nightmare. And nighttime, and my mom was working, my little sister was across the hall sleeping, and I was watching TV. It was a normal night. Nothing out of the ordinary when all of a sudden the door to the room I was starting to get pounded on so heavily it sounded like the door was going to bust down. I was startled and said, "Hello?" No one answered. As the pounding was going on, the door handle started shaking like someone was trying to get in. Mind you, I was the only one left, the door unlocked, in case my sister woke up and needed me for anything. The pounding on the door was so violent and loud that I was afraid it was going to wake up my sister across the hall. It got louder and harder I got scared, so I went to and hid in the bathroom. Where was it? That was in the room. While I was there listening to the ruckus, I thought, wait, if someone came into the wing, I would have heard the doors open and latch shut. I knew then that there was no way that an actual person banging on the door like that went on for about 5 minutes, and then it stopped abruptly. I was shaken, but went out into the damn it. Went out into the hallway to see if there were dents in the door. There weren't. They weren't, and there was no one out there. Either I went in to check my sister, and she was sleeping. I went out and asked for the staff if they heard anything coming from our wing. They said they hadn't. I even asked if the resident had somehow gotten onto our wing, and they told me that everyone was in bed accounted for. I knew it wasn't a residential. There was no way any of them could pound it on the door so violently. Nothing ever happened again while we lived there, luckily. I typed this on my phone. Sorry if there are or any typos or whatever. Well, so far I didn't see any typos. But yeah, that's freaking creepy. It's a little long, but it's really fucking creepy. So, I'm about to do one more story because it's only going to be a 3-story video. Death visit. Okay, let's do that. This one's called Death Visits for some time before you die. Whew, damn. Oh cool, this one actually has comments. I might read some after that. When my mom was in high school, she had a friend who stayed near all the time. Damn it. Hold on. There we go. That friend sadly ended up dying in a horrible snowmobile accident. Oh, that's sad. Around the end of the high school years, my mom went to spend the night with this friend a few weeks before she went on her trip. They were deep in conversation, probably telling ghost stories, when her friend brought up something. She said that when she would go to bed, she would wake up in the middle of the night and sees a shadowy figure at the end of her bed. And the thing would sit for 5 minutes, and then she would fall asleep. She would fall back asleep. This mom is now grown up. Obviously, she has come with a possibility that it could have been death. Is this just a coincidence, or your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Let's see. I'll read the first comment from Mikey Finn 1984. I haven't had many paranormal experiences, but this is something I think about. A week before my mom passed away, we had a snow globe that wound up played that tune, Monster's Gonna Buy a Diamond Ring. I'm just gonna buy your diamond ring. Blah blah. Think it might be called Mockingbird or something. Anyway, my daughter was 6 months old and asleep in her cot, and over the baby monitor was the tune. I ran upstairs to shut off and stop it as soon as I opened the door, just in timing of a week before Mom died of cancer. It seemed like a message. Does anyone know if those wind-up snow globes can malfunction and start playing by themselves? Vanessa871 says, I saw one up close during the daytime and recently purchased a house that had been vacant for years in Austin on Lake Travis, whatever the fuck. Years later, I saw one again about 2 hours before getting a phone call that my sister had committed suicide. Ooh, that's bad. Vanessa871, if you're watching this, some miracle, my condolences. My condolences to everyone in this story in the comments. Siren 8. Cool, Siren. That's pretty cool. It's hard to say if it was death for sure. Shadow figures tend to be energy that lingers time to time, which that is true. Yeah, that's pretty creepy. It's freaky deaky. Alright, everyone. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I will try to put the link in the description for the Reddit if you want to read some stories for yourself. But I'll try to put it in the description for you guys, along with the link for my last video. So links in the description, you guys. Thanks for watching. But I clicked the wrong button. But yeah, so if y'all want to see that, links in the description. Thanks you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. That's really all I have to say. Bye, guys.